Coming up on today's video, is America going to legalise weed? Has Kate Middleton actually gone missing? And is Bhudda a baddie? Find out on this week's episode of The Internet Today. And here's your host, Jack Queen. Alright people, how you doing? It's Jack Queen here, the cynical Brit with comedic wit. I hope you're keeping well, and if you're not, sorry about that. And a big welcome back to the long-awaited, highly anticipated, lowly rated series that is The Internet Today. This is the show where I take a look at the latest news on the internet, I make a few jokes, we have a bit of a laugh, and hopefully you leave this video feeling a little less sad. So with that being all said, let's get into the video. Kamala Harris will host a marijuana reform event with Fat Joe. With the United States presidential elections due to take place in November of this year, it's important that both the Democrats and the Republicans get their campaigns off to a good start. And with this latest reform by Kamala Harris, I am sure she's hoping for a high turnout. And to be fair, you'd have to be pretty high to vote for Biden, wouldn't you? I mean, look at him. Half the time he looks like he smoked a windmill before he's gone out on stage. However, with the only other option being former President and Republican nominee Donald Trump, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be blunt about this. You're smoked either way. I'm going to be honest, right? When I first read this headline, I had to double check it because I just thought that Joe Biden had gone off the Democratic diet plan and was just found crying in a McDonald's drive-thru. But no, Fat Joe has been brought in as part of roundtable discussions in an attempt to reclassify marijuana as it's caused a lot of unnecessary criminal convictions. Here is Fat Joe out in international waters just so he can have some of his wacky backy. Although looking at this music video, I have a feeling he's advocating for a little bit more than weed.
Remember that time you bought Pablo Escobar?
Who cares when it feels like crack?
Crack man and I'm out of the game.
But I'm thinking if you want to get rappers to be involved in reforms and you want someone that really cares about it, why is Snoop Dogg not there? The man literally sat outside the White House smoking. I mean, if anyone can do it, it's him.
I'm doing all this other bullshit. I'm at the White House, nigga, smoking. Nigga, fuck the president.
The Biden campaign launched a core part of that outreach effort in its Students for Biden-Harris rollout earlier this week. Is anyone else surprised that they targeted students for a marijuana reform? Big Joe Biden bouncing into colleges trying to get that popular vote.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
While young people identify plenty of issues that are more important to them, including abortion, access, the economy and gun violence, cannabis reform is also a significant concern. I'm pretty sure ganj, or as we like to say ganja, would solve a lot of these problems. I mean, for one thing, it would increase the amount of money that's going into the economy, even if it is at the expense of poor students that are spending their money on space cakes. As for abortion access, well, it may not necessarily help abortion patients necessarily, but slip some purple haze into those pro-life protests and I'm pretty sure those placards will read a bit differently. And I'm very confident that it will have a massive impact on gun violence. You know what I've been thinking? I want to shoot up a school. Hello? I'm fine, thanks for asking. Why do you want to shoot up a school? I don't know. I'm just a huge fan of my Second Amendment right to hold a gun. Well, how about instead of picking up an AK-47, you pick up an AK-47, if you know what I mean. Here you go. Well, what if the right to bear arms was actually the right to wear denim jackets and sleeveless shirts? God bless America. Wow. How insightful. This skit was brought to you by the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Feel unrestricted in your clothing choices. And to anyone who's watching this, if you're American, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, honestly, I don't care. As long as I get to see the slogan, Baked for Biden 2024, then that's great. I'm all for it. Meanwhile, back in my home nation, the United States of Great British Kingdom, Kate Middleton, our beloved Princess of Wales, has gone missing. So Big Kate hadn't been heard from since December of last year until she recently reappeared in a Mother's Day picture. Problem is, the image is photoshopped, which has led to further speculation as to what has happened to her under the hashtag KateGate. So naturally, the internet got excited, did a bit of research, and has come to the conclusion that Kate Middleton has had a BBL. For those of you who don't know, a BBL is also known as a Brazilian butt lift, not to be confused with a BBC. That's a whole other thing. Although with Prince William being titled the Prince of Pegging, and with his speculated affair with Rose Hanbury, who's to say what William's Willie's into? And when he becomes king one day, which, given Papa Charles's cancer diagnosis, is looking more and more likely, what will we call the ceremony? The Cuck's coronation? Anyway, I digress. Moving on. It would be great to see Kate with cake, or Kate Middleton, when she returns, but according to reports, it's just due to abdominal surgery, which means more than likely she'll come out ripped and ready for her summer holiday in Windsor. She was apparently recently spotted by TMZ in a car.
Come on, who are you then?
Kate Middleton.
Who?
Kate Middleton.
Who?
Kate Middleton.
Who the fuck's that?
Yeah, me.
Either that or Queen Lizzie works her magic from beyond the grave.
Never to be seen again.
Other theories have suggested that Kate has got lost in the Glasgow Willy Wonka experience as the unknown character. It would be an interesting experience to see her with Charlie Bucket in the gang, especially with King Charles. He might end up kicking the bloody bucket. Although I can't imagine Kate Middleton being seen dead in Glasgow. Actually, no, wait a minute. No, I can. Although, given the royal family's history of racism, it's been confirmed that she was found in the Caribbean because that's where she thought Oompa Loompas came from. Either way, whatever way she turns up, she can rest assured, safe in the knowledge, that nobody will give a shit when she comes back. And now we move on to shorts and sweets. This is the part of the show where I look for silly stories from the internet as a way to round off the show. It's also a reminder for you to like and leave me a comment during the middle of this video. So, here's my question to you. Kate Middleton, six-pack or sick back? You decide. French studies suggest 1 in 5 young people can't recognise a zucchini. Haven't the French got better uses of their time than studying vegetable recognition? According to a new study, 1 in 5 young people aged 15 to 24 are unable to identify a zucchini. It later goes on to talk about how the French government are worried about young people's diets and health. The only reason they don't recognise a zucchini, right, is because it's not an emoji they use. 15 to 24 year olds, right? What are they always doing? They're always on their phone. If they just created a zucchini emoji, I promise you, they'd remember it. I mean, half the time I notice that everyone's talking about their diets. I mean, the amount of people I see posting about how much water they've had, or having an aubergine, or having a peach for dessert. Maybe we just need an emoji for that green thing. I can't remember what it is. Man in Thailand goes on rampage in temple, dies after being impaled by Buddha's statue. Well, that's not really good karma, is it, Mr. Bhudda? I thought the whole point of you was to seek enlightenment, not impalement. On February 27th, the 49-year-old man, who went by the name Ek, had taken methamphetamine in the temple with his friend, a monk at the temple who goes by the name Best. Why the hell were they taking methamphetamine in the temple? They should send Jesus down there. I mean, we know what happened when there was gambling in his temple. If he had meth, he'd be having a field day. All part of the new reality series, Breaking Bad Bangkok. Also, I love the names in this story. Ek, or as somebody in Yorkshire might say, Blooming Ek, and Best, given the way the situation turned out, should probably change his name to Worst. Ek then attacked Best with a fluorescent tube. Ek probably thought he had a lightsaber on him. Whilst the latter ran away to seek help. Probably the best decision he made, to be fair. So just to summarise, right, Ek, he's on the gear, he's having a bit of a sesh, it's gotten a little bit out of hand, the police are called, and they find him with a Buddha impaled through his chest. Sorry for spoiler alerts for the new Star Wars film, Star Wars, The Buddha Strikes Back. But it just goes to show you that karma is a real bitch, isn't it? And I always knew Buddha to be a sort of a peaceful and calming entity. But I guess that was Zen. And this is now. Anyway guys, that's it from me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Now I just wanted to say I'm really sorry. I know it's been literally years since I last posted a video, but hopefully I'm back up and running again, and if you guys like this, then I'll keep posting more consistently. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you can be kept up to date with all things Jack Queen. If you like, drop me a like or leave me a comment, because I love reading your lovely comments. And if you're feeling extra generous, you can share this video with your mates as well. That'd be really helpful. Thank you, and you take care for now. My name is Jack Queen, play your cards right, and I will see you next time. Bye!